Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on 5/31/2017. I have 7 strategies to my game, Decoding the Powerball. So strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, if you've never seen my videos before, this is the game card and it represents all 69 numbers of the Powerball lottery. So when there's a new drawing, I put it at the top of the list here, and I make these last 3 rows red numbers. Okay, so you can see this number 5, how it's red over here. Okay, so you can see the 4, it's in the orange, so it's 4 orange. Okay, so up at the very top, this tells me how many colors are represented. So I got 13 red, 15 orange, 14 green, 17 blue, and 10 purple. So far I have 134 of these color code drawings, and out of the 134, 75 have been just 3 colors that come up, and 52 have been 4 colors that come up. So you can see this last drawing had 3 colors, okay, and then 4, 4, 3, 3. Okay, so it's hardly ever 5 colors that come up. So I'm going to eliminate 1 color for this drawing. And I think it's going to be purple, because you can see that purple came up in the last 3 drawings here. And, you know, just from the history of the purple numbers, it usually runs 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So I'm just going to predict that no purple numbers will come up. Okay, this is what the game card looks like so far. So you can see that I eliminated all the purple numbers here. Okay, so when I block out a number, that means that I don't believe it's going to come up in this drawing. So it's off to the next strategy. So strategy number 2, the individual numbers. Okay, so for this strategy in the individual numbers, basically up top is the master of all the numbers. Okay, and over to this far right is the last drawing. All right, so I'm going to point out this 67 on how it was blue in the color code. So you find the 67 at the very top and you work your way down, and you can see that I marked it blue. Okay, so for every one of these squares is a drawing, and I like to keep track of every 5 drawings. So I like to see how many hits have been in there for each of these 5 drawings. So you can see that I'm working on 2 here, and the last 5 had 3 hits in this 60s numbers. Okay, so this is what the whole board looks like. All right, you can see that I have 7 different groups of numbers here. Again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so 2 of these groups won't have a winning Powerball number to it. So I tried to guess which one that's going to be, and I eliminate those numbers off of the game card. So for this drawing, I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers off of it. Okay, so here's what the game card looks like so far. Again, I eliminated all the purple numbers, and I eliminated all the 20 numbers. So now it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 1. Okay, so here in group 1, I divided these numbers into 4 different groups, and I keep track of these numbers down here with stats. Okay, so you can see the red area had 3 hits in the last drawing, and the orange area had 0 hits. Okay, so 0 means that none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this orange area. So there's 2 simple strategies I use with this group 1. And the first one is I try to predict where the 0 is going to be, and I eliminate those numbers off of the game card. And when I'm done eliminating all the numbers I'm going to eliminate off the game card, then I come back and I try to predict which one of these are going to have a hit to it. Okay, and I'm going to take that off of the game card. So the first thing is I'm going to predict that there's going to be a 0 at this green mark here. Okay, so there's been 22 hits in a row, which is a lot, and the record for this option card number 7 is 20 in a row. So I'm just going to predict that it's due to miss. So I'm going to eliminate all the green numbers off of the game card. Okay, so here's what the game card looks like so far. Again, I eliminated all the purple numbers off of all the 20 numbers and all those green numbers in group 1. So it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, the group 2 overview. Okay, so here's what group 2 looks like. All right, so instead of being divided into 4 groups, group 2 was divided into 8 groups. Okay, so again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So 3 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so I'm going to concentrate on this red group here. Okay, so here's the stats down here. So you can see that I keep track of every 5 drawings. Okay, so this is being read left to right and top to bottom. Okay, so a 0 means that none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this red area. Okay, and of course a 2 means that 2 of the winning Powerballs landed in this red area. So real quick, I'm just going to show you how this group 2 lines up with the game card. Okay, so I want to concentrate on this red area here. Okay, so you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 66. Okay, so the 66 shares the square with the 8. Okay, so as I go to the game card, all right, so if I'm going to eliminate that 66, since it shares the square, then I have to eliminate the 8 as well. Unless I'm just eliminating different colors. Okay, so this 67 was purple and the 19 was green, so I only eliminated the purple numbers. Okay, so why this works is because it's all in the stats. Okay, so this 0 in the red area means that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 66 didn't come up in the drawing. Okay, so this 1 means that one of these numbers, okay, the 1 through the 8 and the 66, one of these numbers came up. I don't know which one, but one of them came up. Okay, so what I'm looking to do right now is just eliminate numbers. Okay, so if I don't think that, again, this red area is going to come up because of the stats, then I'm going to eliminate the 1 through 8 and the 66 off of the game card. Okay, so I have 15 of these option cards here. Okay, so you can see that they all look the same, kind of down here in the stats. It's red, blue, orange, green. Okay, all the way across for all 15 of them. So when I go to the Group 2 overview, okay, this tells me the stats as a group. Okay, so I'll point out this orange area. Okay, so it's over on the left, it's the hits, and over on the right, it's the misses or the zeros. Okay, so this last drawing as a group had 9 hits and 6 misses. Okay, so 9 and 6 is 15, so 15 option cards. Okay, so the magic number here is 8. Okay, so 8 or more misses, I color it blue for cold. 8 or more hits, I color it red for hot. Okay, so here's the thing. I try to predict where it's going to be blue and what's going to be hot. Okay, so I'm going to look for the zeros in the ones that I think are going to be blue, of course. Okay, so for this drawing, I think the red area, okay, is going to be cold. Okay, a lot of zeros there. Okay, and I also think the gray area will have a lot of zeros. And I think that the yellow area will have a lot of hits. Okay, so I'm back in Group 2. Now, I have a couple of things that will help me make a guess on which one of these groups will have a 0 to it. Okay, so again, I said that I keep track of every 5 drawings, okay, left to right. And it's every 5 so I could have a majority. Okay, so if there's 3 or more hits, then I color it red for hot. If there's 3 or more zeros, I color it blue for cold. Okay, so if I think it's going to be cold, then I think that there's going to be a lot of zeros here. Okay, and over here on the right, this 4, this tells me that 4 of these columns got hit. Okay, 4 got zeros, and this one is 5 columns got hit. Okay, and up here is 3. Now the green means that the majority of the 5 numbers came over to the right side. Green is right, and red is left. Okay, so you can see this last drawing had 1, 2, 3 over here to the left side. So that means the majority is left for red. Okay, so those are a couple of things that help me out. And over here, you can see this long line of numbers here, a long line of hits. I made a second view of this Group 2. So this is what this looks like. This is the long line. So instead of being read left to right, top to bottom, this is left to right, bottom to top. Okay, so I'm working in this row right here. I just wanted a completely different view of what this looked like. Okay, so this helps me out looking at the pattern. Okay, so you can see that, you know, the red marks are the hits and the blues are the misses. So, you know, it just helps me make a guess. Okay, so over here to the far right, this tells me how many were blue, okay, were misses out of these 5 hits that run across, okay, left to right here. Okay, so you can see the 4 red, 4 red. Okay, so now I'm looking at this and I'm trying to decide what's it going to be. Is it going to be 3? Do I think it's going to be blue? Okay, and you know, if I think it's blue, then I think that there's going to be at least 3 zeros there. So here's how things work. First, I make a decision on whether I think this is going to be blue or red right here. Okay, so I'm guessing it's going to be blue. So I keep track of every 5 drawings. All right. So for this 5, there was 3 hits, 2 misses. Here was 4 hits, 6 misses. Okay. And as I go up, it was 7, 8, 11, 9, 13, 12, 16, 14. So it's close. Okay. So I think it's going to stay close. Okay. So that's why I think that it's going to be blue. So basically, I go back to the original. Okay. And it was the red area, so I'm going to eliminate this red area off of the game card. Whoops. Okay, so I go to the game card. And again, I take these off because I don't believe that they're coming up. And the 25 shares the square with the 65, but it's already gone. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. So hopefully I eliminated all the correct numbers, and the 5 numbers that are going to come up, hopefully they'll come up in one of these ones that are still active. So that's strategy number 5, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. So I thought there was going to be a lot of misses or zeros in the gray section. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to guess that this is going to be a miss at option card number 12. So again, I go to the original. So here's option card number 12. So I eliminate the gray numbers off of the game card. So I go to the game card. The only one here is the 2. Then it was the 38 and the 62. So I'll eliminate those off the game card. And this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm off to strategy number 6. I eliminated all the numbers I'm going to eliminate. So now I'm going to pick numbers that I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm back in group 1 here. Alright, so I'm looking at this blue section where there's 2 zeros. 95% of the time, there's 2 zeros, then there's a hit. So I'm going to predict that there's going to be a hit in this blue area. So I'm going to write down whatever numbers are left in this blue area on the game card. So the first one is this 4. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. And then it's 15, 16. And then it's 36, 44. And then it's 39, 40, 47. Okay, so I think that one of those numbers are going to come up in the lottery. Okay, so the next one I'm looking at is this blue area. Okay, so I'm going to write down what's left on the game card of all these blue numbers. Okay, and the last one I'm going to pick from this group 1 is the orange area. I think that a number will come up in the lottery in this orange area, so I'm going to go to the game card and write down those numbers. Okay, so I'm back in the group 2 overview. And again, I thought that this yellow section was going to get really hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to group 2. And I'm going to write down all 15 option cards here, what's left on the game card. Okay, so again, I'm looking at this yellow area. So I go to the game card. And the only one left is the 16 and the 40. So I'll write those down. And then I'll go off back to the group 2, and I'll go over to the option card number 2 here, and I'll see what's left on the game card. So it's the 60, the 61, and the 63. Okay, so I'm going to go through all 15 option cards and write down what's left. Okay, so I wrote all the numbers that are left from that yellow section, from all 15 yellow sections in group 2. So now I'm going to go to the next strategy. Strategy number 7, picking from group 3. Okay, so this is group 3, and basically what I do is I keep track of every 5 drawings, okay? And I keep track of whether the majority of the 5 numbers were odd or even, okay? So out of 172 drawings so far like this, 85 drawings have been the majority odd numbers, and 87 have been the majority even numbers. Okay, so for this drawing right here, I'm actually going to predict that all 5 of these are going to be even, okay? And the reason why is because you can see that there's all 5 odd here, okay? And if you go down a little bit more, you can see that all 5 odd were here. So I just think that things are going to even out a little bit, and all 5 numbers will be even this coming drawing. Okay, so the next one, high and low, I think that the majority of the numbers will be on the high side, okay? And I think that over here, I believe that they're going to be more to the left-hand side, okay? More to the red side than the blue, okay? And the last one is this blue and red area here. I'm going to predict that there's going to be more numbers to the blue side than the red side, just because red has hit 6 times in a row over here. I just think it's going to jump back over to the blue. Okay, so now it's time to pick my numbers. Okay, so again, I wanted more even numbers. In fact, I wanted all 5 of them to be even. I wanted more numbers to the high side than the low side. I wanted more numbers to the left side than the right side. And I wanted more numbers to the blue area than the red area. Plus, I wanted them to have yellow be really hot. So with this combination that I picked, it would be 9 hits, 6 misses in the yellow area. So the numbers I'm going with is 4, 30, 36, 50, and 52. So the 4 is orange, the 30 is blue, the 36 is blue, the 50 is blue, and the 52 is green. So that will give me 3 colors, which is always good. And also it gives me all those even numbers, okay, and more on the blue side and left and all that. So those are the numbers I'm going with. Okay, so I'm always looking for people to play my game. All right, so instead of charging a fee to play, I'd like to charge a commission for using my system, 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You can read the fine print, and if you're interested, email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching, and best of luck with your picks.